Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. So I'm working on the CDX here. I'm a little confused because this one I'm not getting at the servo at all. The servo lines look good over here. So I'm just going to mark this as 1 to let it know it was my first try. And then I'm going to put the solder blob back on this guy. So it's ESD protected, and I'm going to try to find the elusive number 2, whatever that means. I tried with my scope. You can see my left hand right here is I tried to get that signal out of it, and I'm not seeing it. So putting this back on there. So I'm going to pop you off. Before I go any further, what I want to do is mark what these different ones are. So this is the one I took out. This is the original. This is the one that I pulled out. I'm marking the back. Original, what's today's date? Let's go 10/21. Alright, so mark the back of that. So I know that was the original. So this guy can go in the bag. I'm going to pull this guy out. And this is just the one screw holds it in. Oops. My workbench is a mess right now. I need to clean up this morning. I don't like it this messy. So I can't find anything. Screw. This comes out on here. This post comes out. This and a little spring, which looks the escape comes out. And I just touched a laser. I should be wearing gloves. I'll do that in a minute. Get a cleaning cloth and some gloves. Okay, so I got cleaned off the laser, got some gloves on. You want to wear at least finger cots when you're working with these optical elements. So what happens is it's really easy to get your fingerprints on, which isn't good. Alright, so next, the other box had 2 in there. This guy ends in a 2. And this guy is just Chinese marked with, let me see if it says the same thing as the other one. Yeah, this is exactly the same as the original head that came out. This one ends in an I. That one ends in a 2. Let's see what happens. Alright. Now I don't have to be so paranoid when I manipulate these. Sits in there like that. this guy. It sits like that. And the little spring goes in here. Like I said, the hardest part's the spring. Alright, the spring goes in there. Sits like that. The spring sits in that little tiny divot there. You gotta kind of like preload it in there. It's a little annoying because there's no on the other side is really not a receiver for it, so your spring can like spring off into nowhere. It drives you nuts, actually. It's my least favorite. One of my least favorite parts of this design is that little spring. There we go. Turn that spring. It's hard to describe this as you're doing it, so that's why you're not seeing much. I apologize. There we go. I get that spring. Oh. The spring preloaded is the hardest part. Tweezers out there. I'd show you closer. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get this relatively close to my face so I can see what I'm doing here. Alright. So, as always, there's a little guide rail on this side. And it goes in. You gotta actually have to push in that little linear gear slightly, just because what happens is the oops, you always come in on this side first. And then you get your little post. Yeah, it's because there's a spring, you gotta preload it in there. Like so. Make sure it's sitting on the guide rail. There we go. That slides. And I forgot to put the cable back on. Do that now. I feel like Sisyphus with this thing. It's just driving me crazy. Oh, see that damn spring. Don't you like your home? Grrr. Okay, you're back in. Forgot the cable. Open up that little clamp. So, clamp on the back here. This guy goes into that. Clamp it down. Make sure that's all good. And put this guy back in. Guide rail first. Load the spring up. Get on there. Here you go. Then this rather coarse screw is what holds it in place. This flex cable. they put a big old blob on this one. This is definitely different than the other ones. I could tell just by the color of the flex cables, it's different. Put this back in. Clip user down. Test this go. Too much crap on my workbench. Alright. So put you back in. Okay. What's going on, little guy? Why aren't you servoing? Get the no disc right away. See it looking for. I see a laser head coming up and down, trying to track the disc. Let me jigger with the power a little bit here. Most crucial one's this third one up. This guy right here. See, I'm not getting that signal I got last time with the original laser. What is going on, buddy? I'm not getting servoing. Why aren't you servoing? As I'll show you when I turn it on, you can see the laser head going up and down there. That means it's trying to track the disc. Interesting. And this should have a nice sine waveform on here, and it's not showing it to me. In the previous heads I had that. Interesting. Nothing. See, this is very different symptoms than I've seen before with the original laser head. I'm going to center out these pots. Even this guy here. End center. Even the little rubber doohickeys are getting worn out on this thing. These little isolation pad things. Make sure everything's sitting flat. It is. Nothing's rubbing. servoed for an instant. I didn't want to go anywhere. Interesting. Getting nothing. Très interessant. Let's short this guy for a second. Let's start again. Well, next up, I'm going to put the original laser back in here, make sure it's still servoing, make sure nothing else is damaged, and then try the last one. So, alright, gonna take a break for now, but this is a special daytime edition of what's on my workbench. Alright, I'll work on this one later today.